Should you go to law school? I didn't. Here's my opinion on the matter. Hey everyone, Steve here with Law Product Review. Normally, on this channel we help lawyers best utilize their research budgets, but not today. We'll get back to our normal programming soon, so if you're a lawyer, work at a law firm, or in a general counsel's office, please consider subscribing. Everything costs time, money, and energy. So if you go to law school, what's on the line? About $125,000 in law school tuition. In reality, you will be paying that off until you're about 40 years old or so. 3 years of your mid to late 20s while attending law school, your 20s, that's your mental and physical peak. Lots of focus, energy, reading, writing, and frustration. So that's what's on the line. Okay, let's get this out of the way fast. My career so far has spanned an AmLaw 15 and AmLaw 25, in-house at a real estate investment trust, and right now I'm at a publicly traded company that specializes in legal tech. In the law world, geography matters. I'm located in New York City. As I mentioned, I did not go to law school, and therefore I am not a lawyer. So this is a blind spot for me. Let's begin the real video. Why do you want to go to law school? That answer needs to come from deep inside of you. It requires some real soul searching and being very truthful with yourself. The true answer cannot come from a YouTube video. If you have that answer from inside of your heart, then you can proceed. Oh wait, go ahead. No, I'm just kidding, of course. In my opinion, the answer should be, I want to work in politics one day, or I sincerely want to be a lawyer. There is no other career for me. Those should be the two answers. Again, in my opinion, the answer should not be, I want money, I want prestige, I want a glamorous job. My parents told me to. My family has a history of lawyers. Those 5 points should not be the reasons why you want to go to law school. To be honest, as someone in their teens or early 20s, this is going to be a lot to ask of you, to be so brutally honest with yourself. Even people much older than you still don't know what they want to do, and that's okay. Now, there is something else that needs to be considered too. Law school options. Do you really have a shot at getting into an Ivy League law school? I'm going to be very real with you. Life is different for people who graduate from Harvard Law. It is. If you graduate from an Ivy League law school, the best law firms in the country will come and want to hire you. A starting salary of about $200,000 is pretty much guaranteed. That's the dream, right? But you have to be very honest with yourself. If your best prospects are a tier 3 or lower law school, with all due respect, at your age, with the time that you have available in front of you, maybe you should research other options. I used to work with someone that graduated from Harvard Law. He was a young guy. In fact, he graduated from Harvard undergrad and then he graduated from Harvard Law. He worked in big law. He left big law to work in legal tech. Now he works for an Ivy League school. My point here is, even if you can get into the law school, you may not stick around to be a lawyer. You have to be honest with yourself before you invest $125,000 and 3 years of your life into law school. All right, story time. So my parents pushed me to become an attorney. The reason being that my mom, a small business owner, was spending heaps of cash on her lawyer. She was pissed. So she wanted me to become an attorney to get revenge? I don't know. So as a small business owner, my mom got to know her clients, and one of them was an attorney. I had a good relationship with this lawyer. She was super friendly and was general counsel for an international clothing brand. She knew that I had aspirations to become an attorney, and one day I sort of cornered her and asked her how to prepare. And she got real with me. She got really real with me. You know that look when someone is about to drop some knowledge on you? Someone that you respect? The smile vanished from her face. Her cheekbones dropped down. Her eyebrows sharpened. She just looked me square in the eyes and sized me up in 0.1 seconds, took a deep breath, and just dropped into it. She told me, if you're serious about it, take 1 to 2 years after undergrad to work in a law firm. Decide where you want to work. What city? New York? LA? Somewhere in Texas? Seattle? Whatever. Do you want to do small law? Big law? What practice area? Get a feel for the culture, because it is not for everyone. Get a feel for the culture, because it is not for everyone. See if it's really for you before you take out 6 figures of student loans and 3 years of your life, and then realize way too late that you hate it. I followed her advice and landed a job at an AmLaw 15 firm in New York City. And other than the money, I hated it. However, I never got paid that much ever again. But at some point, you look at your lifestyle, the hours, the grind, the anger, the frustration, the canceled birthdays, the missed celebrations, and you decide it's just not worth it. It's a tale as old as time. So at this time, I recommend working in technology. There is no aspect of our modern lives, either personal or professional, that technology is not slowly creeping its way into. It's really only a matter of time until the Uber of law firms, the great disruptor, comes up, and at that time, many lawyer careers will be severely disrupted. In tech, the money is comparable to big law, probably even better. I think the culture is less toxic. It's faster. Law school takes 3 years, and app boot camps such as Hack Reactor takes 6 months and is well respected. If you want to do it the traditional method and go to Stanford or MIT, you'll invest 4 years for an undergraduate degree. That's still way faster than 4 years of undergrad plus 3 years of law school. If it matters to you, the dress code is far more relaxed. I believe the hours per week are better. In terms of weather, they tend to be located in California and/or Texas, which have warmer climates. But perhaps all of this is just me looking at the grass being greener on the other side. So I mentioned the coding bootcamp Hack Reactor. I have a family member that graduated from Hack Reactor in San Francisco in approximately like 2010, 2012 or so. Upon completing the 6-month program, he landed a job at a publicly traded tech company. It's a competitor to GoDaddy or Squarespace. Right out of the bootcamp, he was making about $125,000 with stock options that vest over 3 to 4 years. It's something to consider. I will leave a link to Hack Reactor in the description below. Atrium LLP was a legal startup by Justin Kan of Twitch and Justin.tv fame. Their innovative approach to legal services was an all-you-can-eat model with predictable pricing. Justin Kan is a familiar name in Silicon Valley. He was backed up by famed venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. Let's fast forward to today, and unfortunately they closed their doors for business in March 2020. Although this attempt to shake up the business of law firms failed, it is only a matter of time until something similar comes along and gains traction. If history is any indicator, it will come out of San Francisco. Well, like I said, I didn't go to law school. I studied political science in undergrad, was all lined up for it, and in the end, decided not to go because of my experience in big law. For the past 12 years, I've worked in legal tech, and I'm happy. I live a good lifestyle and can honestly say I enjoy my work and have great teammates, most of whom are refugees from big law. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. I spend lots of time with my kids, probably too much. Well, when this video goes live, it's January 2021, and nearly all white-collar workers are working remotely, so for now, yeah, too much time together. But also, it's time I will never get back. I'm fairly confident that my kids are not going to hate me in the future. Okay, well, that was a very different video today. I hope that you found this video helpful. The key insight here is that you have to do some soul searching and be really honest with yourself. If you are in your teens or 20s, that will be a lot to ask of you. My name is Steve with Law Product Review. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, don't share passwords.